Joytoy just made a pretty big announcement, and before that GW had a really interesting announcement last weekend, which also demands attention and discussion. So to keep this video brief, I'll have to limit myself to a few bullet points. Another 3 Ultramarines with Space Marines 2 bodies and relic devices. Is anyone actually interested in seeing this release? In short, these are 3 Primaris with excellent detailing and probably eye lighting. I would predict weak sales, but they do have something interesting. They are the first representatives of Mark 10 Gravis pattern on a Generation 4 Space Marines body. But not really. Actually, no, and even worse. These are the first figures in the Space Marines 2 series having Generation 5 bodies, which are proportionally equal to Generation 3 figures. Just look at this picture. It's not photoshopped. New Space Marine 2 Gravis is still smaller than earlier Space Marine 2 Primaris. Why the hell are they so abusing their own lines and their customers' collections? I wasn't a fan of Generation 4 scale, but this is just a joke. Now I can confidently say that the new Space Marine 2 line, with the new Calgar and Titus, is officially dead, and their figures can be thrown out, I don't know. They've literally become the strangest, even ugly, unnecessary results of failed experiment, along with the chosen Black Legionaries. It seems that we won't see such big guys again. And that's not all. I'll continue the thought in the final part of the video. The most important and interesting thing to me personally is the Iron Circle. Or rather, its only representative. Apparently all the automatons there are identical. Joytoy finally completed the main line of the Heresy Iron Warriors with the Perturabos bodyguards. What's remarkable about these guys is that they are simply gigantic. They are not really robotic Terminators, but more like Dreadnoughts. The figure is noticeably larger than Perturabo, which is probably how it should be in canon. For now, the unit closest to them, in terms of size, in my opinion, is the Contemptor. In any case, this figure is something new and interesting. It looks cool. I'd gladly get my hands on one for review. By the way, on the Joytoy's YouTube channel, they are still called as Ultramarines. The last thing I want to talk about is Titus. I'm sure many of you already know that the new miniatures were announced for him, Gadriel, and his mentor from the secret level. And Titus is the captain now. Again. The captain of the second company. What's important here is that he received a redesigned armor. Now he has different decorations and even a fur cloak. The same thing happened to Gadriel, by the way. If you remember, in one of those news videos last summer, I mentioned that Joytoy had officially announced that Titus would have other versions. And that's 100% correct. Now I think it's only a matter of time before we see these miniatures in action figure. But if we add to this news the fact that even the Space Marine 2 line has become smaller, this version of Titus will be almost a head shorter than the previous two, even though he is still a Primaris. That's one of the reasons I'm so critical about the entire old line of Space Marine 2 giants. And I'm guessing the new one as well. In any case, if you disagree, please let me know in the comments. What do you think about the Iron Circle? About the scale change? I'd be happy to discuss it all. There is certainly a lot to discuss. But for now, thanks for watching and have a nice day.